My name is Carlos Tomé, director at Tricio. And one of the joys that I have as part of overseeing all the sales is learning about the stories behind the instruments. As we look into the March sale, I want to take you through the lives of three remarkable musicians who own these instruments. Violinist and owner of this Vian violin, Zdeněk Vrah, has an inspiring story. He was a young violinist with a promising career in the Czech Republic. Shortly after the Russian invasion of Czechoslovakia, leaving behind all their possessions, his family escaped across the border to Vienna. From there, they continued to make their way to Calgary, Canada. This was their destination without even knowing where Calgary was on the map. After his studies in Calgary and Indiana University with Joseph Gingold and Geneva with Henrik Schering, Zdeněk became a member of the Toronto Symphony, where he worked with fellow Czech and legendary conductor Karel Anstl. Zdeněk would later transition to concertmaster of the Calgary Philharmonic, a post that he kept for 36 years. His encounter with this violin came from his teacher, Liz Elson. Zdeněk bought it from her and eventually became colleagues when Zdeněk joined the faculty of the University of Calgary. Zdeněk's artistic journey was also shaped by his position as guest concertmaster of the Yomiuri Symphony in Tokyo, working with legendary music director Kurt Masur. He's a wonderful example when adversity can be used as a guide in one's life. Arnold Sukonik, an owner of this historic violin, unfortunately lived a short life of only 57 years. But during this life, he was able to wear many hats. Armed with great talent, he was able to keep reinventing himself. He was born in Philadelphia and moved to California, where he became a student of the legendary Tosha Seidel. At a young age, he found himself in the studios of Hollywood, following the steps of his mentor. After a very successful and prolific chapter, he decided in his 20s to go back to the stage and focus on his performing career. He was selected in 1962 to take part in the Tchaikovsky competition, a jury that included David Oistrakh, Joseph Szigeti, and Leonid Kogan. After coming back from Russia, he decided to explore other areas and focus in composition. Composing actually became a big part of his life with different variations, whether it was producing, writing musicals, or rock, including also stock trading. The one thing that became constant in his life was this violin, the Testori. Adam Hans Gorski, an owner of this Ballisteri violin, embodies resilience as one of the youngest Holocaust survivors. Born in Poland in 1940, started the violin at a very young age, displaying great talent and making his orchestra debut at the age of 8. He emigrated to Israel with his family, where he continued learning violin until he had the opportunity to play for Heifetz. After auditioning for him, Heifetz invited him to study in LA, something that would change his life. His career took him all over the world. He was a member of the Cleveland Orchestra under the legendary George Szell. He was a concertmaster of the Metropolitan Opera. He was a concertmaster of the Minnesota Orchestra. Then he returned to Europe to become concertmaster of the Vienna Radio Symphony, a post that he kept for 25 years. On a trip to Philadelphia, Adam found this violin, and it has been his partner for the last 60 years. As I learn about the legacy of these instruments, it excites me to think of the new stories that await them. I look forward to seeing you here at Theresia.